Hello and welcome on today's video. My name is Wouter Peer and I'm the founder and main developer of GHEtool Cloud. And today I'm not going to talk with you about Bohr field physics, but we will be covering an entirely different, important aspect of Bohr field design, and that's your project management. Now, if you're using GHEtool as your daily driver for geothermal design, chances are that after a couple of months, you will have quite a long list of historical and current projects, and it will be difficult to navigate around that. And that's why we're releasing today a new set of tools or features on how you can structure your projects with labels and colors and so forth to find your way in them back easily. It will be a rather short video where I just will show you where you can find what you're looking for and give you a little bit of ideas on how you can use these new features and apply them to your own company to structure your projects. So let's jump into GHEtool and show you what it's all about. So here we are in GHEtool Cloud and we're on our project dashboard. Now this is the screen you see when you log in into our tool, and if you've been following along with these videos, you can already see some changes here. Actually, we made this project dashboard really project focused. So the first thing you see is a full screen of your projects, sorted in chronological order. And if you scroll down, you will see your personal information. And if you have multiple colleagues working with the same license, you can also see which colleague of yours is actually active or not. But the main focus of this screen is actually your project. Now, for every project, you also have now this menu button. And if you click on that, you have a couple of options. First of all, you have the option to archive or unarchive specific projects. Now, this is added so that when you have, for example, a couple of projects that are finished or you're not working on, you can easily say, archive these projects and they will be removed from this list. They will not be deleted because if you click on the top right and say show archive, you can see they are still there now with the tag archive behind it. And if you click the menu button again, you can unarchive them so they're just again in your main list. So this archive functionality can be used to structure projects or remove projects that you don't need at the moment, just to clear up things visually. The next thing you see here is this template feature. Now, when talking to clients, I hear that not everyone has already seen this feature. Now, what you can do in GHEtool is actually set certain projects as being a template. Now, for example, you work with a typical type of heat exchanger and you have some settings that are really specific to your country or your company. You can create then one project with all these different settings and say, well, set this as a template. And what this now does is it basically locks all these settings in place. You can no longer delete this project. And when you create or add a new project on top, it's really easy to just say, well, use this as a template to continue working with. Now, if you want to make some changes to this project then, or to your template, you can easily unset it as a template and it will be restored as a regular project, which you can change again and then save again as a template. So that's how you can work with templates. And this was basically already there in the past, but was a little bit hidden away perhaps. But what is new and is also useful when you're thinking about project management is that you have the option to add a background color to your projects. For example, this project I'm working on is very urgent, so I can give it a red background. So that means, for example, well, it's an urgent project. Another thing I can do, for example, with this test project, is I can label it, let's say, brown, meaning that it's stale, there is no real updates there. So given these different colors, you can think about a way to organize it yourself, but it's a clear and very visual way to show different aspects of different projects. Now, another thing you can do, and it's currently disabled here, is add a label to certain projects. Now, if you're the administrator of your company, you can go over to your admin dashboard, and you will see here that you have the option to add labels as well. Now, for example, if you're an installer and you work with different heat pump brands, it could be useful to make different labels for each of these heat pumps that you can assign to projects. Or if you're an engineering firm and you have feasibility projects or you have really complicated design projects, you can also add labels to that. Now, for me personally, I make quite a lot of articles. We write quite a lot of articles. So it would make sense for me to create a label article and also a label course. And what I can do now is, since I have these labels, if I go back to my project dashboard, I can say, okay, this course is actually, let's add a label to that, and let's call it course. And this one is also a course, and here below I also have a course. And by doing so, you are creating a structure which makes it really easy to filter your projects. Because this is a long list of all projects you've potentially done, and some are potentially already in the archive. But what you now can do is say, okay, let's filter, and let's say I want all the urgent projects, for example. And I can say I want all the red projects, which is only one in my case. Or, for example, you can also say, I want all the projects related to course material. And then it also sorts them this way. And then you can even go further and filter for 4.3, for example. So using this color scheme, using these labels, using this search functionality and archive functionality, we believe we have created a framework that's really flexible for every one of you to create a certain project management style inside of GHEtool. Now, if you have any feedback on this, or you think about ways on how we can make this even better, please let us know. We keep continuing developing the software to make it as user-friendly for you, our community. And I hope you found this video interesting. I hope you consider trying these different things out to make your life with GHEtool a little bit easier. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next video. Take care. Bye.